Welcome back to Ubet Radio Podcast, the coldest.
Whoa.
The coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I am Myles, the Ubet Guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We're live. We're back.
Feel okay?
Yeah.
No,
right.
that was just a frog. That wasn't a sickness cough.
Wrong pipe.
Yeah.
My kids think it's the funniest thing in the world. They're like, open your mouth, and you look in there and you ribbit. Like, oh, you got a frog in your throat. I think that shit's hilarious. So
Yeah, it's right up there with I have your nose. It's always a classic.
What is that? Ribbit.
Oh,
You got a frog in your throat, Miles.
it's funny.
So put that one in your pocket.
That's
for
a good
couple years.
idiom. Did someone what's the origin of somebody
Yeah.
actually having a frog in their throat?
I didn't foresee that.
You don't really foresee
Damn it,
anything when it comes to
Christ,
that.
Jared. I mean, you got to foresee all options.
You really dropped the ball.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Where did that one come from?
I'm assuming sports.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or the new year.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
But that's a good thing. Yeah. We can hash it out on Patreon.
Yes.
You okay, Ryan?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
We're having HVAC issues once again, by the way.
Damn.
Fuck, I was in a whole winter get up out in the warehouse.
You were
I wore a
bundled
stocking
up.
cap and neck gaiter the entire day with a heavy duty flannel over top this crew neck.
Good.
Yeah, it's 50 degrees in there.
No?
Well,
Hey.
50.
But cold can't keep the T-shirt guy from making T-shirts.
Yeah, I was the vest guy today. I mean,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
if you
I
thought
mean,
tongs were one thing, we're slinging vests now.
you know, it's all fine and cute, Ryan, to be the T-shirt guy when it's 70 degrees in the warehouse.
Mhm.
But who's willing to bundle up and get the work done that needs to be done?
Ryan, the
You're
best
looking
guy.
at him right here. Who's willing to take their shirt off and print fucking shirts up in a loft, 90-degree weather?
That's
Hey,
true.
Rain or
you've done it
shine.
both now. Negative
20,018.
I mean,
Negative
you-
20, 120 doesn't matter to you.
You could honestly just mark working in the warehouse as your outside workout for hard 75.
That is true.
Could.
If I would have just opened, well, then we had trucks coming in today, and then they're opening the garage doors up, and I'm like,
They custom
close that
out.
stuff. But I'm like, actually, you could leave that open for 45 minutes. I could just check it off the workout box.
Yeah. You just do a couple laps around.
Yeah.
Doing some jumping
Yeah.
jacks in the garage door.
Yeah, walking one lap around this joint's about 10 minutes. So I gotta do about 4.5 laps to hit my time.
There you
Or
go.
just slow down a lot.
Yeah.
But,
So it's just when you think you're in the clear HVAC wise, you're not. And that's a story whose old as time. You know?
It just turned up to 77 degrees in here.
It's 77?
Yeah.
What?
It
How?
was at 71.
Send some of that heat out
That's
my
right,
way.
Is the HVAC guy here right now?
Is he
messing
hearing
with
us?
stuff?
Is he above us?
Anyways,
HVAC blues.
we got to play that song again at the end of this episode. We're getting a lot of mileage out of it. But anyways, guys, we had a Dave spotting this last week.
Yeah. My first time seeing Dave, I was so excited.
It was so anticlimactic too.
Yeah.
He clearly hadn't been drinking.
Probably a good thing.
So we were outside shooting a video outside my dad's shop. Dave rolls up, doesn't say anything to us, just walks inside for like 3-4 minutes, then comes out. I heard the dumpster rattle,
Yeah.
and then he got in his truck, drove away, didn't even look at us.
Uh-huh.
Really?
And
Well, he looked at us. He saw us. Because I was looking over there. and
What
he-
I mean is, like, when he's driving away, I tried to give him the whatever. He didn't look at me. So there's a couple things here at play with Dave. One, someone told him that we talk about him on the podcast, and now he hates my guts.
It could be an option.
It could be option number one. Number two, he doesn't work for my dad anymore.
But he just showed up.
So what is he doing at the shop? I don't know. Because when I asked my dad about it, he kind of did the fucking here we go. So he's retired, so I don't know what he's been doing, and I don't know what he did at the shop. 3, you heard him kind of go in the dumpster too.
Mhm.
Did you hear that? So either he was throwing something away, Or probably more likely, he was seeing if there's any gold in the dumpster.
Sure. Gold as in like, copper.
Copper or lawn chairs that someone didn't want that don't
Yep.
work.
Catalytic
The whole thing.
converters, maybe.
That's actually how we got Ryan's chair. Dave found these somewhere, brought them to the job site. He didn't need 8 of them, so he gave me some of
I
them.
didn't know that.
And so that's actually a former Dave chair that
Hell
Ryan
yeah.
sits in every day. That's part of the reason why we can't get a different chair for him.
What my favorite part of the whole thing, and it's not that I don't believe your stories, but when he pulled in, the dog was in the passenger seat.
Dog was
it
in
was
the
just like,
passenger.
holy shit, it's real.
Yeah.
The dog's
Yeah,
there.
I mean, none of this is lying. And then also, I got another Dave story out of my dad when I asked him what he was doing at the shop. You think? And he said he probably took another car battery.
Another.
like for
So Dave would just see a car battery sitting out in the shop, and he just assumed it was shit, like bad battery. So he went and like got the $10 you can get for bringing back car batteries to wherever you take them.
Oh, I see.
So literally one guy took a car battery out, was going to like charge it or something because the truck wasn't working. And then he went back to go get the car battery. It wasn't there, and started asking around. And we figured out that Dave took it and went and got $10 for it. So now I'm sure my dad had to go to the shop and see if all the car batteries are there.
Well, do you remember we tried to move one of the trucks and it wouldn't turn over?
Oh.
It's probably it. He probably sniped that out of there. So there's a lot at play. I don't know what he was doing. It was, you could derive a lot from a 3-minute session of seeing Dave.
Yeah. I was just excited. I was so excited for him to come over and say something. So, Dave, if you are listening, I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to say hi.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be any of the following. Could be that he's hungover from the night before. Could be that he just wasn't drinking yet. Could be that he heard about us, telling his stories in the podcast. He's mad at me.
It was
Could
like
be any of them.
it was like
CBA.
like we've met some really pretty famous people like on the podcast, and I did not get the jolt of excitement that I did when I saw Dave.
Oh yeah.
It was like meeting not my hero, but that if it was that vibe, it was like, holy shit, I'm gonna meet him.
Same feeling I had when I met George Clooney, and all I had on me was that tequila bottle.
It was funny.
Yeah, I didn't even have my Civil War cannonballs on me.
Yeah, you could have had him sign a Civil
Yeah.
War cannonball.
That'd be sick.
So yeah, I don't know. Dave also sometimes is just on a mission, He probably had to go to the bank or something afterwards and was just had to get it done.
he doesn't live in town either, does he?
No, he doesn't. So that's extra eerie why he was hanging around the shop.
It was an
Yeah.
intentional trip.
Yeah. But they say the true test of a good workforce is like a school or something. Did they come back after they leave?
Yeah. That's true. like
My dad's company just has such good culture that Dave just wants to hang out at the shop.
In the middle of the day when everyone's gone.
Yeah.
It's like the college freshman coming back to school for the
Yeah,
first game
yeah.
of the
Coming
year.
back to homecoming.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yep, same deal.
That's exactly.
I mean, now, so he could have been, dumping something in the garbage illegally. Or if he was stealing car batteries. I mean, those are 2 forms of blackmail to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Because
I guess I don't know how Dave responds to blackmail. Probably not good.
Yeah, no, probably not. He'd probably be down one. Probably be one less Civil War cannonball in his collection.
Mhm. This is all alleged.
Well, yeah, he's stealing car batteries to save up for a Civil War cannon.
That's true. Battery power.
What's
The future.
How good is a cannonball without a cannon?
Yeah, he's just concocting the first ever battery powered cannon. You're gonna beat Elon to it. He needs 87 car batteries first, though.
At least half charged.
Yeah, honestly though, I was very surprised. His new truck, it's way better than the trucks he used to drive when I used to work with him.
It was a good looking rig.
Retirement's looking good
Yeah.
on Dave.
Fuck, that 401k must be popping.
He must have got his money out of the profit share.
Yeah.
Doing well.
But anyways,
It's
so
fun.
I'm glad you got to see that Dave exists.
Me too. It was a good teaser. So because I'm still excited to see him again.
But also, what are the chances that we see Dave in that scenario. We go to my dad's shop once, maybe every 2-3 months,
if that even. Yeah.
to shoot something, and he doesn't go there anymore. I don't know. Fate.
We're getting 2-for-1, Buster and Dave.
So
Dave and Buster. Why did I never think of that?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure we've done that.
Yeah,
we've talked about that.
horse named Dustin.
We haven't talked about it.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah,
we definitely have.
I never put that together. I guess.
Dave named his dog Buster.
Gotcha.
So it's Dave and Buster, and he didn't know that Dave and Buster's was a real thing.
Did he have a horse named Duster?
No, that's Flops had a
Oh, okay.
Duster and
confusing.
Buster. Flops had his photo on his phone was him with the big horse face. He was like this, holding like that.
Yeah, he's a flop duster.
Yeah, you get home from work, feed the Flop Duster, feed him some apples, maybe ride him around a little bit.
Couple laps.
Did he
in
ever
the
take
pen.
Duster to work when the truck was broken down?
No, he lives out of town. It would have taken him a while.
It's only
Yeah.
1 horsepower.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not horsing around though. He got bucked off once, landed on his heels. He couldn't walk good for a week. Like, I just would pay so much money to watch Flops riding a horse, especially because he's got these short ass legs. He probably looked like Lord Farquaad on the horse, and they take him out,
fake
legs. And then for him to get bucked off and not end up on his back, but instead just land directly on his heels, sending shocks up his shins.
Just his hair flowing in the wind before the inevitable heel injury.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, and I can't imagine why his legs hurt, considering he'd wear the really well arch supported Vans to work every single day. Canvas Vans on the concrete job site.
Comfortable.
Style and comfort. Yeah. Not so much comfort, but more so style.
Not so much style.
Yeah. I mean, he's a BMX guy too. BMX
Well, yeah,
guys are also usually skateboard guys.
So he's a BMX guy that owns a horse? That's such a wild combo.
Kind of
Well, I mean, you look at UFC fighters, they own horses.
Yeah, but like BMX guys and horse guys are two things that I would never think combine.
Both riding.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, guys, time for this week's prize picks.
Playoffs.
There's only a few weeks left in the season.
Mhm.
So let's make them count. And I think we're going to make them count this week. And guys, you can make it count this week by signing up with code YBR on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 bet. You don't need to win your lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, get in now.
It's a perfect
Only a
week.
few weeks left.
Perfect week to get in. We have a free square, an NFC Championship free square.
And what is that free square, Tyler?
Jaden Daniels to throw for 1 singular yard.
No, he only has to throw a half a yard.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can get it done probably.
Yeah, so he's got to throw the more than 0.5 pass yards this week. Automatic W in your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got for our lineup this week? Jared, what do you got?
I got Brian Robinson Jr. more than 9.5 rush attempts.
I love rush attempts. I love pass attempts.
Mhm.
I didn't pick that one this week, but
I like it.
it's a very satisfying one.
Yep.
They can hand the ball off 10 times to him. You got it. Doesn't even matter if he gets 0 yards
Mhm.
rushing.
Exactly.
I like it. Tyler,
Scary Terry McLaurin. Any touchdown, anytime.
not passing touchdown though. Just rushing
Yeah,
or
rushing
receiving.
or receiving.
More than one touchdown. Ryan,
Jalen Hurts when I pee, more than 39.5 rush yards.
Okay.
we toggled it up too.
Toggled
Was that 24 or something?
27 and a half or something like that.
We're
Yeah.
we're feeling crazy. 2 weeks left.
Toggle.
Yeah.
Toggled it up 39.5, and I got Josh Allen. More than 0.5 rush or receiving touchdowns.
I like that one a lot.
He's gotten 4 out of the last 5. He's got a touchdown. He's had 2 of those weeks. He had 2 touchdowns. Late into the playoffs, they're not worried about protecting him anymore. They're going to let the dog eat.
Open the
Hey.
playbook.
Maybe a stupid question, but does a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown count as a rushing touchdown in the stat book?
No, I think it's
That's
special
a-
team's touchdown.
That's
It
a
is,
punt
okay.
return touchdown.
Okay, I didn't know. That's
Can you
what I'm
imagine
asking.
if you put that in your lineup, a kick return touchdown?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the odds on that
I
guy?
didn't know
I mean,
they
1,000
can.
extra, right?
Big red.
Because like most of the time, they're not even running it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine a 6-leg lineup with all with kickoff returns, touchdowns?
It'd be
It's like a 1 million X
Yeah.
multiplier.
I don't know if it exists.
No, I don't think it does,
I'd do
but
it.
hypothetically, I'd do it.
So, guys, Jaden Daniels needs a passing touchdown. Josh Allen needs a rushing touchdown. Terry McLaurin needs a receiving or rushing touchdown. 39.5 rush yards for Jalen Hurts, more than that, and more than 9.5 rush attempts by Brian BRJ.
Mm-hmm.
B-Rob.
So, guys, remember, go to Prize Picks, use code YBR. It's a great time.
Great time.
So fun.
And speaking of the job site, I was thinking, what are some things that only guys on the job site would understand?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you only understand Dave and Flops if you've worked with a guy like that.
Mhm.
You know, the normal brain can't comprehend those two guys unless you've been on there.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some things that only guys on the job site would understand?
I think that one thing that only makes sense in the job site, or that you'll understand if you're on the job site, is that clouds are your best friend. Because they can mean one of two things, and they're both great. One, it could rain and you could go home early. Two, you're getting shade out of it regardless.
That is true.
Big fan of clouds on the job site.
Especially when you either work in a hole like I used to or a roof like you used to,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
There is no shade anywhere.
Mhm.
Would it ever, I went like right when you get in the hole, would it ever be like cool? Because you're like, below ground.
I mean, maybe early in the morning.
Yeah.
But that was the thing, is once you got the forms up, you would always, you got to get to the walls with shade before the other guys took them.
Yeah, new guys get the bad walls.
Mhm. They don't even know it, you
Mhm.
know? Like because we used to have to break ties, is the ties that stick out of the wall. You got to break them off so they can tar it. It's a whole thing. You guys wouldn't get it. You always got to go to the walls with the shade and make everyone else work in the sun.
Mhm. We'd have these metal washers that we would put in to secure like the foam that you'd use to get the pitch of the roof. And if you left those in the sun, it's 20 degrees warmer up on some of these roofs.
Yeah.
They'd be too hot for you to push in because you would push these washers in with your hand. And so we'd put them in the shade, or like have it follow a cloud or follow a building. So they were in the shade constantly. So we weren't burning our hands trying to push these washers in.
Should have brought a little umbrella that
Yeah.
you could prop up to
Yeah.
work.
I should have worn one of those umbrella hats too.
They should
Yeah.
have. Like Bill Murray in Space Jam.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly it.
People forget that. I think that only people on the job site will understand that a good freak out once in a while
Hell yeah.
is good for your health.
It is. Get it
I
all
agree.
out.
And that could just be like in the office environment too. Hopefully you got coworkers and bosses who understand, but yeah, for sure.
We had a rule when I used to work concrete that everyone was allowed at least one good spaz a week.
A week. Hell yeah.
Maybe it was a month. I don't know.
I did it once a week.
Yeah. So everyone, if you've been on the job site, you're working with something, it's not doing what you want it to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you can either bury that deep inside and it comes out later when you don't want it to, or just let it out right there. I mean, a good hammer throw against a wall across the way. I watched a guy take a 1/3 empty metal drum, it had a third of the stuff left.
Mhm.
Pick that up and launch it across the way. And at that point, you don't stop them from doing that. It's kind of one of those things you just got to ride it out. Let them get it out, because when you're in that scenario, you don't want people stopping you from it. You got to get it all out so that, all right, I can refocus back.
So there was we were putting rubber on a wall one time and we kept fucking up the seam, me and this other guy, and our foreman spazzed on us and grabbed the rubber and started pulling the rubber off so we'd have to redo it. But then it was already glued to the pieces that were on right. So he just, in his spaz, just started ripping off all the properly done rubber as well. And we were all just sitting back like, we're going to have to redo this whole fucking wall.
But that's better than trying to stop him from doing what he's doing.
Yep. It was a fun
because it's a testosterone filled environment.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bottle up that testosterone and don't let it out, it's going to be bad for everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
Could get out of a car wreck though on the way home, so it's good to let it out.
Yep. You don't want them to wrap their car around a light pole.
Exactly.
Never drive angry.
So what would happen if you spaz more than once a week or once a month, whatever?
Well, then it's like, all right, okay, come on, dude. It's not
Okay.
that bad.
Yeah.
Make it worse.
Yeah, I mean, that's even part of the culture here. Sometimes you just got to spaz on it. We've been spazzing for years. And a lot of the times if you can't figure something out or can't get something fucking jammed or whatever, you just spaz on it a little bit. It works damn near every time.
That's the thing I'm most jealous of for your position to mine. If I can't spaz on my computer.
No, I can
Like, if
spaz on
shit's
that
not
fucking
working,
air saver machine though.
You can. I have nothing to spaz on. I can't throw my computer at the wall. Miles will fire me.
That is true. That is what I miss about work in construction
Yeah.
is just when you need a good spaz, there's lots of things to take it out on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And most of them are unbreakable. You know, you got metal rods, hammers. It's not
The new guy.
Yeah.
the new guy's neck, you know.
Yeah.
I was treating that printer down there this morning like you would the old like tube TVs. Like you give it a couple smacks on the side, and a good hard enough smack will get that sucker up and running right away.
After the software update.
After the software update, what makes the software update go quicker is
Yeah.
what it really does.
Ooh, giddy up.
And to my point that I think it's good for your health, I think if you bottle up all that cortisol that you got and don't have a release, it's just going to eventually like give you cancer or something.
Yeah, you can't have that cortisone.
So
bottled
actually,
up.
if you freak
Much
out
sugar.
and let your body dissolve the cortisol through a good spaz, you're basically beating cancer.
yeah, I think it releases lactic acid too, which isn't good.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's science.
It's science. You guys wouldn't get it.
I think it increases red blood cell count
And white.
and white.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've been hearing.
And to piggyback off of that, the point I just made, only people on the job site understand the value of a tool that works every time you use it.
The good drill.
The good drill,
Yep.
the good saw,
Yep.
the one that every time you fire it up, it works.
And it doesn't even need to be like a power tool. It could be anything. We had the good cart, like to haul insulation around. Like the good cart didn't have a rolly shitty wheel.
Because it's all of these little moments of the tool just doing its job of starting up and working that keeps you from spazzing and freaking out and raising your cortisol levels.
Well,
That's what it's all about. That's why they're all intermingled, you know?
that was going to be my first point to something only people on the job site understand is like how to start specific vehicles or specific equipment. Like that truck that you guys were trying to start at the shop there, you probably just weren't doing it right.
You're probably right.
I mean,
Well, that same truck, I remember you used to have to turn the steering wheel a certain way in order to even get the key to turn at all. So, yeah, you got to know.
boom.
You know, it's like your spouse. You got to know all the right buttons to press. Good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that only makes sense on the job site is every other crew's got it easier than you.
Yes.
Even if they don't, you say they do.
Just every person, not even the crew.
Yeah. It's like you're roofing and you look down and you see some general contractor, whoever, the electrician shows up. Like, look at those guys. Easy for them. We're up here slaving our asses off and they're down there in the shade all cozy and comfy.
Yeah. One of your crew members is gone for a funeral. Easy fucking day for him.
Yeah.
You know, you're working next to a hospital. You look up at all the people inside and you're like, geez, must be nice being in the AC.
Sitting in a bed all day.
Yeah. God, I wish I could sit in a bed, have someone feed me and watch Wheel of Fortune all day.
It's like a children's hospital.
That one's too far, Jared. All right. Regular hospitals,
Sorry.
not children hospitals.
You're like the
know?
orthopedic hospital or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, we used to, when we would be driving to job site, we'd see someone like out for a run and we would just like be like, this guy's got to get a fucking job.
Yeah, don't people fucking work at noon on Tuesdays? Or let's go. Why is there so many people driving on the road right now?
That was always like the most frustrating thing. You went to a gas station on your way to a certain, if you're in between jobs and then stacked up like cordwood in there. And you're like, doesn't any of these people have to work?
That's the best.
And you're there too.
Yeah.
Well, because it's an inconvenience to us having to drive on a
Yeah.
busy road in the middle of the day, Fuck, get to work.
That is true. Even in your own crew, everyone's got it easier than you do.
Mhm.
It's like if you just don't understand, if you don't, you have it the worst out of anyone if you work construction. Even the guy next to you.
Like you can genuinely make an argument for every case that you have the worst job in the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Like the foreman can say he has the worst job in the crew because he's got to deal with all of our shit all the time. The new guy can say it because he's the new guy and he's getting bullied.
Shoveling shit
Yeah.
all day. And they're like, God, it'd be nice to do some mindless work like shovel shit like the new guy. He's
Right.
got it so easy. I have to sit here and think about stuff.
Mhm.
Just go on and on and on.
Everybody's got it worse than their neighbor.
I got one. It's you don't really know what the time is on the construction site because you're not wearing a watch all the time. So you only know time through like the noon siren or like what radio show comes on next.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What day is it? It's the first Wednesday of the month. Thank God that siren went off.
Yeah,
Or when the boss shows up, you're like, oh, boss is here. Must be 10:30 already.
Exactly, yeah. Between 10:30 and 11.
Or you
Yeah,
got
that's a good
the
one.
heavy metal power hour comes on at noon. You're like, all right, lunchtime.
Oh, the radio station is doing good kid of the week. Must be 9 o'clock.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
I don't know. We'd try to figure it out from the sun. We'd like bet on it. Like, what time do you think it is? And we'd all look at the sun, like 9:45. And then you check we had a clock on the radio. You check the clock on the radio.
Once you get really good, though, you just know what time it is based off of the work you've done so far. And it takes a real art because it's a sliding scale.
Mm-hmm.
On a normal day when you got good sleep and all of that, this job takes me an hour and a half. If I went drinking the night before and I'm hurting, that takes me 2.5 hours. And you just got to constantly monitoring that.
Internal clock.
If it's cold out and you're wearing these big Kinko gloves, everything takes about a half hour longer than it normally should.
Exactly. Yep.
That is the worst part about it being cold doing construction is all your tasks just take so much longer
Mm-hmm.
because of gloves and I don't know.
Well, if you can't get shit to start up in the summertime, how the fuck you start up in the wintertime?
That's true. Oh, that's a good point, Jared.
Mhm.
Did you guys always listen to the same radio stations every day?
Pretty much. Like if you changed it, like the old heads would get
Yep.
pissed.
Yeah, but we got to the point where there was more younger guys than there were old heads.
Mhm.
And so we kind of overpowered them and were able to choose our station more often. But yeah, the worst is when it's 95 degrees out, it's 100% humidity. You're dying. And they got death metal on.
So that's what we had to listen to death metal all the time because our foreman didn't give a shit what music was being played, but there was this really old guy, John, I've talked about him, that was in charge of the radio. And if you changed it, he would have a full-on mental breakdown.
There's always one guy on the job site that has a mental breakdown over the radio.
It's like you slapped his wife if you touch the radio.
Exactly. We had to like get them on board with it by like making themes. We're like, oh, we're doing Country Thursday, whatever.
Treat it like elementary school.
Because they think if you change the station, that music is now played on the job site for forever. So they're like, I'm never going to listen to death metal ever again. But if you brand it like Country Thursdays, then they're like, okay, Friday, the world will be back to normal. I can withstand it. I can see the end.
Yeah, I can see the Slipknot in the.
And then you're like, oh, every third week of the month we do just Country Week, and then you just slowly take over to where he doesn't even notice.
If we would change it to Country John, would be like, what the fucking fuck is this shit?
100%.
I had a foreman that he always played AM radio and nothing else.
Oh my
So
god.
that was pretty terrible.
You just listen to
Really?
talk news.
Yep, talk news.
Ugh.
What job was this?
Landscaping.
You were a landscaper? Did we know that?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
did that.
What would you
Yeah.
do? Would you move rock around? What was
Move rock, retaining walls, lay sod, plants,
Plants,
trees.
yeah.
Yeah.
kind of a green thumb?
Edging.
Yep.
A lot of edging on that job
A
site.
lot of edging to NPR.
See,
The opposite of that.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, death metal's fine.
You
There's
do really
some
get numb to it.
There's some, when you listen to it all the time, it loses its effect.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like there's some jobs on the site that are like, you want death metal on, but to listen to it for 8 hours, you're just like, okay, this just feels like some sort of torture.
It really.
I like it in small spurts.
Right.
Well, I mean, as you guys have kind of described it, it seems like the job is torturous. So it's like the music matches the job.
Yeah. But it would be nice to cut the edge with maybe something a little more calming.
Yeah.
Or just
Spooky ass.
happier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something about people
Some Pharrell.
killing each other
gonna say
in
that.
music.
Yeah, maybe Drunk on a Plane by Dierks Bentley.
That would feel good on a Friday.
You could transport into a different world if
Yeah.
you want.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I say is that song was really popular when I was working. Like, do you guys have those?
Yeah,
you remember like
oh, yeah.
songs when you used to work construction, like that just were played on the radio all the time?
Yeah, I remember it was the first summer I ever roofed. That stupid kind of poppy song about she's wearing your t-shirt and your boxers. I can't remember what you would know it if I played it, but
I kind of know what you're talking about. I don't know what
I just remember
Yeah.
with Drunk on a Plane, there was like one guy who didn't know any of the words, but he liked the song. So pilot. He knew pilot.
That sounds like you, Myles.
That guy may have been me or may not have been me. Yeah. I got a couple other ones I thought of, like only people on the job site understand the pain of forgetting something essential at the shop. Because on face value, you're like, cool, I get to go for more driving time. But now it's like the job's going to take longer. You still got to get it done. You may have to work later. The boss is probably upset that you didn't grab it in the first place, and it's just a whole thing.
But on the flip side, I would also add no one that hasn't worked on the job site would understand the pain of not being able to go to go get that tool.
Yeah.
So you just got to sit at the job site and wait for the tool to get back. So you're going to end up shoveling shit
Yeah. It's
or
like,
sweeping.
you're now taking someone away from their job. They're all pissed at you.
It's like, motherfucker.
Another thing that only people on the job site, and this may be just a very specific thing to me, but only people on the job site will understand when you get the shakes and you have to eat something immediately.
Like, okay, go on.
Like you just didn't eat enough breakfast, or you got drunk the night before, or it's maybe you haven't drank enough water. It's really hot out, and you're like, we just called it getting the shakes. And you're like, if I don't get something in my stomach right now, my body's going to shut down. I don't know if you guys ever had that or
yeah,
not.
that was like me an hour ago.
Get the shakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't eat lunch till 3. I was like, I got to go eat something. I was going to pass out.
Are you
You
intermittent
feel
fasting
like
now?
you feel like John.
Yeah, till 3 p.m.
You feel like John Daly on the golf course
Yeah.
out there.
And were they on the PGA tour where they banned alcohol?
Mhm.
Yeah. Haven't had my chocolate milk this morning. Getting the shakes.
You might have just been cold shivering.
Well, then that's the other thing.
It's all right. That could have been.
Yeah, only people on the job site understand there's a fine line between the shakes and getting the Bee Gees, right? Like we always say, like you drink chocolate milk for morning break, and you're just gonna have the Bee Gees the rest of the day.
Got the
So it's like
Chocolate milk piles. Or was it pizza piles was your thing?
pizza piles.
So did
Yeah.
you guys have a porta potty at every job site?
Well, that was the thing. So working residential, there isn't always, or at least from what I got, there wasn't always a porta potty right on site. So as you're driving into the neighborhood to your site, you had to be scoping out all the porta potties just in case, you had too much chocolate milk. You need to know exactly where to go because that could happen in an instant.
Yeah.
That's how you get Dave splattering the bank.
Only people on the job site appreciate the big porta potties.
Yeah,
The handicap porta potty.
only they will appreciate a good porta potty.
Mhm.
General, a clean one.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Splatter in the bank.
You never got the shakes?
No.
All right. That just might have been me and my own issues then. Too
More
much
water.
drinking the night before,
Maybe.
not enough water, not enough food. That'll do it to a guy.
Learned your lesson.
Oh, I got the shakes today. I almost
Really?
puked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't eat anything this morning, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there. I'm like, if I don't eat something right now, I'm gonna puke. I actually had to go to the bathroom because I thought I was gonna puke. People
God.
think this content game's a piece of cake. It ain't. Just out here grinding, writing scripts, coming up with podcast segments. Forget to eat.
Podcasting.
It's like that one motivational video where he says that Beyonce was on set for 3 days. She forgot to eat because she was working so hard.
Eric Thomas.
Is that who it was? I
Yeah,
remember
oh,
that.
yeah.
I just remember it was a motivational video of him saying the speech and this guy just working out. He's like a running
B-roll.
back in college or something, trained for the NFL draft. And it was just him like doing bicep curls
Yeah.
and catching footballs.
Well, it's like, fuck, if you're trying to make gains, you got to eat. You
Mhm.
can't just skip. eating
Yeah,
for
it's
3
just
days,
such
you
bad
know?
advice. Don't
Yeah.
eat. Because basically his whole motto is don't eat or don't sleep.
Yeah.
So that
Both of which
that
you-
seems like that should breed a lot of success.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can sleep when you're dead, but you can't eat.
Yeah, you trade success for malnourishment. Pretty much what it is.
Mental toughness.
So anyone got anything else?
Now I'm out.
You're out?
I'm good.
I'm out too. Yeah, I didn't really. The only time I worked on job sites when I was really young, like 10, 11 years old. I don't really remember much.
So when you were running the nursery,
That and then I would work on some job sites with my dad
Hmm.
landscaping, but I was too young to pick up on anything.
Yeah. Me and you were landscape bros.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, actually, one of my dad's employees one day he came to work with. His face was all fucked up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened to that guy? Like, is he a bad guy? Like, is he in some trouble right now? He got in a fight at the bar the night before.
Well, that'll happen.
So
That will happen.
yeah.
So yeah, you guys are landscape bros. You're a roofer guy.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to what I do, you guys had it so fucking easy.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I just sitting here,
I know.
you guys.
I would have loved to have been on ground level, just cake with 20 degrees cooler.
Oh, here we go.
Instead of
At least you had a fucking breeze up there.
do you think we got a breeze up there?
And you said caked with what?
I said you guys had it cake.
Oh yeah, had a cake. Well,
Yeah.
try being caked with form oil
Yeah,
and the sun beating down to you. It acts like suntan oil, and you go home and you got a sunburn.
we're caked with plexiglass slivers up and down our body.
I would
Your
love a
bodies.
plexiglass sliver compared to some of the shit I had to deal with. Literal shit. They've splattered the bank.
Ugh.
me and Jared, we were planting trees and shit, so we just plant shade wherever we want.
You're like, God, it's
know?
hot out. I better
Yeah.
go do. If I do a little work, I can take a break.
Yeah.
Grab me another tree quick.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna plant
Yeah.
this black walnut
Yeah,
right here.
you're like,
just
I'll
'cause
carry
it's
all the
shade.
trees, so you just have constant shade.
Or just take a sod over you like a blanket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that for the fucking fiberglass slivers did suck ass.
Yeah, but it's just nothing compared to what I had to deal with. Concrete chemical burns on your hands, Tyler. It's like
Yeah,
not
well,
even
I got
close to the
hot tar burns on my whole body.
same. So did I.
You didn't have hot tar.
Yeah, we did.
What are you pouring? You're a concrete
You
guy.
got to tar the outside of the wall so it's watertight.
TIT.
So, I just couldn't imagine working such a cupcake job like you guys used to.
We could have people comment and say which job was the toughest, roofing or concrete.
Make sure they know it's flat roofing, not that bullshit shingle stuff. Shingle guys are a bunch
I mean, they got it
fucking
easy.
easy. Dude, easy. Ooh, I gotta tear the shingles off first. It's not fucking hard.
True.
No, there is.
Dude.
It's actually kind of. I would think it's kind of fun, maybe.
Shingling might be the easiest form of trades.
Getting shingles is not.
Yeah, like
I know.
Yeah.
You ever had to fucking shovel out an entire bank that caved in because it rained the night before? I didn't fucking think so. There's no shoveling on the roof. Tell you that much. Plus, you guys have equipment to boom your shit up on the roof, all your shingles and shit.
fucking pussies.
I don't know. Do you guys do that, or you guys just
We
throw 'em
didn't
up
do
there?
shingles.
You don't even have to do shingles. What are you even doing
We
up
did
there?
flat roofs, rubber,
Oh.
hot tar, sometimes rock if you were broke.
Oh, you're like on Shawshank Redemption, aren't they doing
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, actually,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. You want
Except
to do my taxes, Tyler?
I could. No, it's the really old version of it, but yeah.
Yeah, so you got the new version. It's got to be easier. They had it way tougher
way
than you
fucking
did.
harder. They're just slower.
All right, should we take a break?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Ryan, I got my new Boys Are Buzzing patch hat on today. What do you think of it?
Pocket looks good.
This is one of my favorite colorways we got.
It's phenomenal.
Gray front, white back, beautiful patch up front. It just gives you that Friday, let's have a few beers after work feeling.
But it's also classy too.
But it's also, you could wear it to church.
You could.
Makes you want to go,
And if you think Jesus wasn't buzzing, the dude
man
loved wine. He turned water into wine.
That skit, it was like Jesus and the boys at Applebee's, and the waitress is like, "What will you guys have to drink?" And they all start giggling. He's like, "We'll just have water."
Yeah. It's a great one. So you got to go to oubetcha.com, check out all of our new patch hats on there. We hopefully got more patch hats coming down the pipeline. And Ryan, we've been slinging some vests.
I mean, what else is there to say?
We're all a lot of small and medium sizes.
Smallsies, mediums.
Smalls and mediums, Ryan.
Gone.
That's a lot.
So we got larges, XLs, 2X. Do we have any 3X?
We got 3X.
So it's a
They're a quality investment.
nice
you.
investment.
Nice.
Boom.
Mhm.
Nice one.
Classic.
Thank you.
So guys, those vests are only $39.99. These hats are $19.99. Go to oubetcha.com, check them out, and you can treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The vests are great to go ice fishing,
They are.
which brings us to our next segment. Jared, why does that happen? I would like someone to do a study at why that happens to people. Why can't I'm looking right in him? Why can't I say his name?
There's one time he called me Ann.
Well, like you guys don't do that to me.
No,
Yeah.
my uncle.
But my mom used to do it to us kids growing up.
Yeah, my uncle does it all the time. It's either me, my brother, or his son, my cousin. And it's like it's never the correct. It's not.
I don't get
name. Yeah, grandpa.
But
does the
why
same
do I?
thing.
Is it hereditary?
I don't know. I don't-
Turning into my mother? That's never good. Sorry, Mom. Taking off the chin again. So, Jared.
You got it. Very correct.
Jared. What's our next segment?
Ice fishing etiquette.
Okay. It's ice fishing season. You got you bet your canvas vest on. You're headed out there, Tyler. What's something you got to be keeping in mind when you're ice fishing?
I think one of the most important rules while setting up for your ice fishing etiquette is if you're not the guy drilling holes, you are the guy cleaning them out.
Or you're at least the guy doing something, not just watching.
Yeah. I mean, I think the best option is just you follow the guy drilling and you're scooping, getting that shit out of it, get the ice out of the hole, clean them up nice and tidy.
Yeah, I mean that's a staple.
Begs the question, Tyler, are you the guy sticking your thing in a hole or are you the guy cleaning up afterwards?
Question.
You guys drilling holes or you cleaning them out?
I do not own an auger, so I am the janitor. I'm cleaning the holes up.
Oof, that's
Sloppy
tough
seconds.
luck.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about being the guy with the auger. It just kind of gives you like a different sense of power.
It is. It's a status thing for sure.
Yeah, and then you come out, you got a propane auger, you come out smelling like propane. Kind of, I don't know, it's kind of badass in a sense.
One of my favorite things to do with the auger is to drill a hole halfway and leave it sit there.
Let it sit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a kickstand on a bike.
We'll do that to
Damn near.
mark the end of our tip up line. You
Mhm.
leave the auger in at the farthest tip up so that you know where to look.
Yep, it's a good idea.
Depth perception.
Uh,
I think that ice fishing 101, you're not really going out there to ice fish. You're mostly there to do other stuff.
like
Play cards. Watch. If you got an ice house, you're watching movies. You are eating foods. You are arguing with your buddy about something that doesn't matter. You're doing everything but fishing.
drinking 1,000 beers.
Oh yeah, drinking beers.
Yeah, you better just hope that you get lucky in picking a good spot right off the bat because odds are you ain't moving that fish house.
No, hell no. Unless it's a
So-
portable. Once she's down, she's down.
Yeah, catching fish is just a bonus on top of
Mhm.
everything else.
There's some days where I kind of wish the fish were biting less. So I
This is a lot of work.
So I can finish
fucking
this
A.
fucking hand.
Came out here to relax, not fucking hammer the fish through the ice.
No, I went spearing this weekend. First time I've gone spearing in a couple years. It was a fucking blast. And
Spearing.
we hammered them for the first 3 minutes.
He speared him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that would be insane if you were hammering that.
That'd be impressive if you were able to hammer a fish through a hole. But we did great the first 3 minutes, and then it completely shut off. But it didn't matter because we had other shit to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Cold plunge.
You could
how many you get in the first 3 minutes?
3.
3 for
One a
3.
minute.
Yeah, but it's like when you're spearing too, you don't spear everything because you're not going to clean a little dinker that comes
Spearing
into your decoy.
walleyes.
No, no, big no.
Okay, that was a test.
No.
I was testing you.
Didn't know
I
that.
didn't know
Yep.
that either.
Pretty much just northerns.
Northerns, carp. Some people spear carp.
Why
Yeah.
can't you spear a walleye?
It's not a
Legal.
rough fish. I mean, I think northerns are the only non-rough fish you can spear.
Oh.
So like
Overabundance of them too
Yeah.
in some lakes.
Oh,
they're
okay.
like you could spear suckers and all sorts of rough like nuisance fish.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yep.
It's like there's no chance of catch and release.
Okay.
If you spear a fish, it's dead.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe for you, less experienced spearman. But me, I can spear.
Or
and
you
keep 'em
can
alive.
get them perfectly between the tines.
Yeah, and I'll tend them back to life and
okay.
release them back in.
CPR.
So
See, I like to just kill them immediately.
Well, that's where the hammering comes in, and you fucking
Yeah.
bop them with a hammer.
That is the
over it.
nice thing about spearing too. They're gonna fucking die. You don't have to deal with them flopping around in your bucket the whole time.
R.I.P.
Just throw them on the ice. They're dead.
Yeah. Fuck, rest in peace.
You're dead.
I think another ice fishing 101 etiquette thing you need to do is bring more snacks than you'll ever need.
Yeah.
Like I remember we went through the ice house that we got this fall, and there was beef jerky in a thing, which I was like, geez, that was an expensive thing to just leave in here. Beef jerky, snacks, chips, this, that, and the other thing was like, I was looking back now, you're like, when was I going to eat all of these snacks? Because I think the last time I went out, I went by myself and bought all these snacks.
Yeah.
But if you end up in a sticky situation, you'd rather have more food than less food.
Yeah.
True.
The beef jerky was vacuum sealed too, so it's still good. I actually munched on that.
Did you?
In the weeks after we found it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. On my list for ice fishing etiquette, it kind of tails onto yours, but I said don't expect your buddy to bring snacks and drinks for you. And what I mean by that is like if you just show up just thinking your buddy's got enough for you, he may not, especially in a portable. You ain't got that much room, so you always got to pack at least a little something for yourself.
Well, it's like the boat, right?
Exactly.
You show up
Yep.
with no beer, like I did that one time that I'll never fucking live down for good reason. You show up without beer, and then you want other people's beer. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You show up with beer and you run out because you drank it all. They're much more willing to give you beer in return. If you show up without snacks, the other person's going to bring snacks for both of you. But if you don't show up with anything, it's bad taste in their mouth.
It's not a good look either.
Mm-mm.
It's just like, okay, you just expected to mooch on my stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. I got this fucking cheesy Chex Mix, and then you've already eaten half the
Yeah,
bag.
you got your fucking minnow fingers in my bag of cheesy deluxe going
Yeah,
on here.
Use your
Exactly.
fisher rod too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my next one. Yeah. If you borrow a buddy's jig, make sure you give it back. Jigs hold like weird sentimental value for some people. And if your buddy walks away with your jig, I mean, that's detrimental. That could cause some issues down the road. Because it's just like a tool. You ain't getting that thing back.
Mhm.
Has that happened
Next
to you?
summer.
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
And,
Especially
and
fishing
what
up
do you
on.
do about that?
You let it slide. You hopefully he's using the same jig the next time you go out, so that you can call him on his shit right away.
Or you just start stealing his jigs.
You could start stealing their jigs
He
too.
doesn't have the jigs that Ryan wants.
That's like
Not the right ones.
when we go up fishing on Lake Winnipeg, the jigs and the wraps that you buy to fish those the big walleyes up there are like, some of them are like $10-15 a piece.
Jesus.
So them are staying in my tackle box.
Yeah. So here's what you do. If you got a buddy that's notorious for stealing your jigs, you start the fishing trip off with like your shitty ones you don't really want. And so he starts to steal those. You're like, oh, dang it. And then you pull out your good ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'll give you a
Hey,
jig.
what'd you catch that on? And you're like, oh, this jig over here. And then you're like, I'll clip it and give it to you so you can use it. And then you just pretend to clip it off and give him one that you don't like.
Yeah.
That-
Great way to
That's-
offload an old tackle.
That's one of the things on my list is good ice fishing etiquette is lie about everything.
Yep.
What jig you using? Where'd you catch those fish at? How many fish did you catch? You guys didn't even realize I already lied to you guys. We only got 2 spearing.
Yep.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, that's the rules. That's the etiquette.
If you fucker,
I know. That's what I'm saying. You can't trust him.
just can't trust
No,
anything.
only ice fishing stuff.
But actually, I don't think I would trust you if you told us the truth. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How many fish did I spear of the world? We'll never know.
Yeah, every once in a while, just pretend like you're trying to set the hook on one, just to get the other guy excited that there's a fish going around, even if he's getting no marks whatsoever.
Marking. God.
Must have been something else.
I must have got hung up on the weeds.
Or like you set the hook on nothing, or you're feeling phantom bites. Like, no, that was for sure a bite.
God, I had him.
I think another thing is if you're going ice fishing, you need to be prepared that something goes wrong every time you go out.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into ice fish and think everything's going to be hunky dory, you are in for a rude awakening.
Your heater's not going to work, or you're going to forget your chisel. So then you got to somehow bust your hole open with with whatever you've got on hand.
Yeah. Truck gets stuck.
Mm-hmm.
If you got an ice house, the crank doesn't work.
It won't lower.
Pin won't fucking line up. Buddy's got fucking loafers on.
Yeah. You're jumping on the back of the ice house to get it to go down.
Vexlar's not working because you didn't mark anything for 8 hours.
Yeah, you forgot to charge the battery on your battery powered auger. So now you just have to like try and I don't know how you're gonna get a hole open.
Old gas in the generator.
Yep, there's something's gonna be wrong, and if you know that going into it, you turn those moments into a good camaraderie event.
Murphy's
That's
Law.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Murphy likes.
basically, then it's like you now with your band of brothers out there ice fishing, you got to solve the problem. It's kind of like what makes a good movie, you know. And then all of a sudden, the guy next to you sees you struggling with something. He comes over, offers advice that's totally unsolicited. You know, you're trying to get different gas in the generator, and he comes over and goes, it looks like the gas might be old. You're like, no shit.
I'd say potentially one of the worst pieces of equipment that can go down on you ice fishing is your auger, because you can't fish without an auger.
You could chisel
why I
your
got-
way through.
What if you don't have a chisel?
Well, you gotta have one.
That's why I got one of those hand crank ones.
That's a sure.
So I gotta back
have-
up.
Yeah,
Because knowing me, I'm not going to remember to charge those fucking batteries. I can tell you that much.
something
And
can
those
go.
hand crank ones are pretty fucking sweet when they're sharp.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
good outdoor workout too.
Mm-hmm. So you just got to assume something's going to go wrong.
Yep, I like that.
If there was a time you went ice fishing and nothing went wrong, you better go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, the times can be stressful. You just got to make good moments out of them.
Yeah, the one time it was going really well, the fucking DNR guy showed up.
Yeah.
Was asking for our licenses
Yep.
and stuff. It's just,
Do you have them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Miles bought his about an hour before that. We're completely legal.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
think I've ever bought a hunting or fishing license any sooner than less than 24 hours. What I do this year on the way out down to
Yep.
South Dakota.
Yep.
On the drive there. Fuck, I forgot I got to do that.
Yeah. It's this
sitting-
option, right?
2 minutes till legal shooting light opening morning of rifle season. Miles is on his phone in the stand, buying his tag. That'll come in the mail. I'll be able to put it on
No,
there
that
next
one I
weekend.
do the day before because you can't do it online.
You can, but
Otherwise
you
it
got to
would.
do it. They shut the shop down like a month before season. Otherwise, they don't have time to send them to you.
Yeah, and if you think I'm thinking about that a month ahead of time, that's
God,
crazy.
no.
I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do if there's gonna be a year where I forget to get a tag. I'm just not gonna be able to go hunting.
Hey,
In the how many years I've already been hunting, I'm due for that. I'm just gonna forget.
Can you get like auto renew, or you have to do the whole thing over?
you could buy a lifetime license
There you go.
in certain states.
Yeah. So when my brother lived in Minnesota, he got a lifetime license.
Yeah.
Now he lives in North Dakota.
Oh.
You just keep it forever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It pays itself off.
Yeah.
pretty
My
quick.
deer license is like $185, and his just doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. And
He's
even,
like, isn't there some fee or something he's got to pay? Or is it just free?
I think it's free.
It sucks.
Friendship.
Like you
is
maybe
big.
have to pay for your, like, if you want to duck hunt, your duck stamps or some shit like
I
that.
should have got a lifetime
Snaps.
license when I went to college. I should have changed my residence
Mm.
to Minnesota for a year. I do got a lake cabin in Minnesota. I could maybe change my residence to there.
You
get the
start spending
lifetime.
For a
6
year.
months in one day there.
For a year.
Yeah.
What are they gonna? They're gonna come see if you're sleeping there.
Can you get dual?
DNR's looking through the thing.
Are his eyes shut? His eyes aren't shut. He's not sleeping. It doesn't count.
You can get dual residency for countries. Can you get dual residency for states?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
Maybe
Okay.
though.
Don't want to speak on it. Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't speak,
I don't
on
speak
stuff I don't
definitively.
know about.
Yeah, that's podcast. This podcast is known for us not just spewing
We
nonsense.
never give opinions that we have nothing to back it up on.
Yeah, we have
No.
to know all the facts first.
We
Mhm.
never backpedal either.
I got some more fishing etiquette.
Me too. I got one.
Hit me.
Go ahead.
All right. So this applies mostly to rattle reels or tip ups, but I like to operate on every hole is available to everyone. So
Wow.
you don't have to pick like one hole. It's flag or rattles. If it's your turn, it's 2 strikes and you're out. Not 3. So if you miss 2 fish, next guy's turn.
Oh my god, he's got so many rules.
We just go whoever gets there first.
Could be
But-
lying though.
Huh?
You could be lying though. You said you have to lie about everything.
That's true. You lie about your miss.
Yeah, you can just have your back turn. Your buddies don't want to run out there with
Yeah,
you. Have
but
your back turn.
If you set the hook twice and there's no fish on that end of that line, your turn is forfeited.
Okay. mind.
Tyler does love a good game with a hefty set of rules. Have you ever noticed that?
that is not a hefty rule.
No, I know. But compared to the alternative, I just like when you guys were doing the golf games on Breakfast Ball when you guys explained different golf games. You were rock hard.
Dude, I like games.
Tyler's the guy at the party that loves explaining all of the rules to everyone how to play.
I am good at it
You're
though.
good at
It's a special skill to be
It
able
is.
to explain
It is.
rules
It
to
is
a group of people, and I think I'm good at it.
Like, I think I'm the best Boom Cup player, but I couldn't explain the rules to
Yeah.
anybody.
Yep.
Just because it's just how I know how to play.
I honestly think I was born to be a referee, and I just missed my calling.
Yeah.
I ended up podcasting when I should be a zebra.
I
on
could see you
Sundays.
belly crawling over the wrestling mat on Saturdays, Sunday
Nah,
mornings.
I did get my reffing license, never did it though.
for what?
I was gonna extra cash. They're paid
For what sport?
wrestling.
That's
Like
right.
right after college
Fucking
wrestling.
belly
I was like,
crawling.
I'm-
1, 2, and Tyler right away goes 1, 2, 3, and it hits his hand like a WWE.
First
get
day of the job.
immediately fired.
Yeah. Ref, there's no 3 count in fucking Greco-Roman.
You count back points.
Or he like turns his back like a WWE ref. Like,
I just get chaired by one of the wrestlers' coaches.
oh, I watched Roach for it.
Do
must be
wrestling
part of the
refs
script.
have to wear sweatbands on their wrists? I
Yeah,
feel like
so
everyone
for points.
they're color coded. So there's a red wrist and a green list, and whoever scores, you raise that hand with the points.
Does right always go on the red?
I don't know. I don't
Or
remember. Actually.
Red always go on the right?
That would make sense. I don't,
Imagine you're just giving the other kid points. You just don't know it. the shitty wrestler texts the other guy 15-0.
I mean, I think they would booth review that shit.
Rules are rules, though.
That'd be awesome.
that's a good system, I guess.
Yeah.
You just look so nerdy sitting there, standing there, rolling around on your belly with sweatbands on.
Yeah.
You know,
Fucking belly crawling.
Tuck
Trying
shirt.
to
I
mean-
see the shoulder.
what would be the alternative? He could wear just receiver gloves that are different colored. Be cooler than sweatbands.
I don't think so. I think a guy with a striped T-shirt with 2 gloves on is way worse than sweatpants. That's way worse.
They should put the ref in a zebra singlet. is what they should.
That's smart.
Full zebra singlet.
People always talk about like what would be the worst sport for the coach to dress up like the players, like baseball. It's for sure wrestling.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
Yeah, or gymnastics.
Yeah.
If you're the female gymnastics coach,
You just got your ass hanging out.
you just look like Borat.
Yeah.
or like diving. They just wear a little speedo.
Yeah, water
Comedy
polo.
Coach is on the sideline high fiving you in his speedo.
Mhm.
A little overweight.
What are they? Is it a
He's just sitting
sideline?
on the bench like this, with his leg up, nut sack hanging out.
Is it a sideline in swimming?
God, I mean,
Where's Jake when you need him?
Yeah, Jake would know right away.
you were asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I guess now I think about it, I don't know if I've ever even seen a coach on the sideline.
And
Are
what
they
are they gonna
behind?
do? They can't fucking hear him cheer him on.
Go.
keep swimming. Yep. Good job. Turn now. You're at the wall.
Maybe they communicate like orcas do.
That could be
Sonar.
Yeah, some sort of
Dolphins?
sonar. Yeah, dolphins.
Yeah. Coach.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I
Ice
got one.
fishing.
I got one more, but I think we should we just end it on? That's good.
Whatever you want.
Okay, I got one more.
Just say it.
You always gotta make sure that your buddy is the one who brings the fish bucket, so that you don't then have to clean out a fish bucket at the end of the day.
Mm.
And then also, it's just a better excuse for him to clean them at his house if they're in his bucket.
But then he doesn't get to keep the fish.
No, you divide them out.
Okay.
Yeah, you wash them. You be the washer. But yeah, I mean, you're not dirtying up a bucket. You ain't got to clean fish. So
Done and fine.
see, that's why we shouldn't have, because there's just no banter on that one. Just ended it on a high note.
That was a good filler.
Fucking chum
That's,
bucket.
that's true.
Ryan's
Yeah,
plankton.
that is true. It's a good filler. Yeah.
All right. Now
It's a
that
good thing
we're
this is a podcast.
now that
you
we're
know.
full,
Yeah.
It's also been very cold out,
very cold out.
but I would say that it's not all bad.
Oh,
What do you guys think?
I'd say there's a few things I can think
You know,
of.
like at face value, you open up your weather app and you see that it's -20, feels like -30. And you're like, why do I live here? But I like, you guys know me, I'm a perpetual optimist.
yeah.
Yeah. If I knew anything about you.
And so I always try to see the silver lining in things. I never let something bad ruin my day. I've never had that happen. And so I was wondering with you guys with the cold snap that we're in,
Mm-hmm.
it's a snap. I don't know what the alternative is.
Cold streak.
Streak? No, it's a snap.
Okay.
It's not a streak. This cold snap that we're currently living through. What do you guys think are some good things about it being freezing cold out?
One good thing about it being freezing cold out is I feel really manly for some reason when my mustache freezes.
Mm.
I don't know why. Like, and when I had a beard, I felt really cool.
It
When
takes every bit, because as soon as you start feeling it too, it melts.
Yep.
So the mental fortitude it takes to know that your mustache is frozen and not feel it, or like feel it with your tongue.
Yep.
Takes a lot, and that's fucking manly if you can do that.
Well, I just feel like some old dude in the frontier, like making my way across the plains in the frigid cold.
Mhm.
Even though I'm just trying
Yeah,
to jumpstart my buddy's
you
car.
just shot your caribou and you're bringing it back to the cabin.
Yeah, I'm like Leo in
Yeah.
The Revenant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking wrap up in the hide of that caribou.
Yeah, I gotta cut
No.
open.
He got inside a horse, didn't he?
Yeah, I cut open my horse and slept in it.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
Spoiler
that's a
alert, by
tauntaun.
the way.
Tauntaun, sorry.
He does die, I think, right?
Han
pretty
Solo?
sure.
Yeah.
So the whole
Jared.
horse stunt was all for naught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Spoiler
made it.
alert.
He made it another day though. I think that was after the bear killed the horse. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think another good thing about it being freezing cold is you have the perfect excuse just to sit inside at home on your ass and not do anything.
Dude, yeah, I wrote guilt-free laziness.
Correct. It's like, what am I? You want me to run errands today?
Oh, it's freezing.
It'd take me a half hour to bundle up.
Dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta let the truck run for an hour.
At least.
And if it doesn't astro start, you can't go outside and manually start it.
My brother came over to watch the national championship last night and used the cold weather as an excuse to park in my garage. He fucking moved a bunch of shit out of the way so he could get his little smart car in there. Didn't put anything back. I actually opened the garage door this morning and I was fucking pissed. Turned into my dad. He didn't put my shit back where it was.
That'll get to a guy.
Your body language and your tone just changed dramatically.
Yeah, because I forgot about it till now.
From the second you said smart car, we had a different Myles in the room.
Yeah, it's a good thing that nothing ever bothers you.
Yeah, I got me
Being
an
a
eternal
perpetual
optimist.
Yeah, paternal optimist.
So yeah, thought I was doing good deed letting him park inside and you give the guy an inch, he takes a fucking mile.
Yeah, just he's
stupid little fucking smart car.
ungrateful. Yeah, I'll pick that fucker up and throw it outside.
In the dumpster.
Oh God, this one I love.
Me too.
One, it's great when it's -20 out because you have something to brag about to all your more southern friends.
That's what I had.
I wrote down badge of honor as well.
It's like, you're like, you get to brag about how shitty it is to live here. And it's just such a good feeling. You don't get it unless you're that guy, if even if you're 2 states lower than us, you don't get it, it's like they're not a part of your exclusive club.
Yeah.
This is the most best example ever for you just had to be there. You don't get it.
Yeah, you didn't survive the cold snap of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the polar vortex of 2019.
2019.
Yeah. And if only somebody would make shirts that said that.
Vortex.
Survivor.
We need to do cold snap survivor of 2025.
I mean, it's been -30. So I think
you just get to brag about it. It's like that is something that they could never brag about, it being -20 out.
No.
I mean, like a Midwesterner goes on vacation and you tell someone where you're from, like, does it really get that cold up there? And immediately the Midwesterner opens up like, oh yeah, it gets to be 30 below sometimes in the winter.
Feels so good.
0 degrees is fucking nothing.
And we actually
we had a cold snap this winter. Got to -30. So yeah.
And you lived through that?
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you guys do? You just don't go outside.
Yeah, well, born and raised here, so thick skin by now.
You get pretty used to it after a couple years.
Honestly, when it gets to be like 10 degrees, it's t-shirt weather.
Yeah. Wear a fucking t-shirt and crew neck.
And in reality, we're all just huddled in our house, wrapped up in blankets, watching Netflix.
I literally don't step foot outside. I go into the garage at my house, get in my car, in my heated garage, drive to work, drive into the warehouse garage door, shut
heated
it.
warehouse.
Heated warehouse. So it's been -20. I haven't touched outside in like a week.
You gotta get this snow to melt so you could touch some grass.
Yeah, I do.
But if you meet a southerner, you'd be like, oh, it's so tough.
Yeah, I'd be like, suddenly I now have to park a 1/4 mile away from where I'm going. I have to walk through the snow. So,
yeah, I just sleep in a horse.
You see the Revenant?
Yeah, that's based on us.
Isn't it kind of?
It's like Montana, I think.
Canada.
Same church.
Yeah, I don't know. I put last one. This is some filler.
I haven't
for
even
you.
fucking said one yet.
Let me get my filler in quick.
It's like you're behind the glass.
It's a filler one. Let me say a real one.
Okay.
You got a filler one?
No, I mean I haven't said one. I haven't said a single one.
We'll let
yet.
Jared get one out quick.
Just like
well, Ryan, go ahead.
God, the best thing about the cold, coffee just hits different when it's cold
That
out.
is
Yeah.
true.
Like I mean, like you drink a warm cup of coffee in the summer, it's like, bleh. Okay, I just get the caffeine buzz. But in the wintertime, it's like you really enjoy.
Are you
that
going
cup of
Irish or
Joe.
no?
Oh, good question.
I mean, I'd say I drink Irish coffee fucking all the time.
You know what? I actually believe you. You look like an Irish coffee guy.
You are
I am
Irish.
Scots Irish.
Oh, Sheely.
No, but I am I am Scots Irish. Yeah, about 25%. So
I would agree. A thermos of coffee just hits different.
yeah, watching it steam. What's a
You put your hands on it
yeah
to warm your hands up a little
Yep.
and hold it right up to your face.
Yeah. Oh God.
It'd be great for the Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta slurp it too.
And you got to make this face too. You go,
purse the lips, flare the nostrils, half smile.
Close,
it's kind of like that
close
meme.
the eyes.
Yeah.
I think another great thing about the cold is you get to use all of the gear you spent a shitload of money on. Like snow bibs, winter jackets are some of the most expensive clothes you buy. And when you have a winter where it's not that cold, you don't break them out, you kind of feel like, why did I buy that?
You pull them out of the closet, they kind of smell a little musty.
Yeah,
They've
so
been worn in forever.
anytime you can use your cold winter gear that you spent a fortune on, pretty nice.
Yeah.
Does help just
Sometimes I just wear mine inside just because it's winter out and you can.
Yeah, sometimes I just like turn off the heat in my house and I wear them just to get my money's worth.
Yeah. Until like that freezing point of the pipes, then I'll turn the heat back on.
Yeah, but as
Throw
soon
the
as you
bibs
hear
back.
some cricking and cracking in the walls, that's when you got to pop that heat back on.
Yeah. Tomorrow, if that fucking HVAC's not fixed, I might have to wear the old ice fishing bibs in here.
There you go.
I was halfway there today.
Oh.
Another one, really nice thing about when it's fucking freezing cold out, clears the nasal passages.
yeah.
like people from the South just wouldn't understand what it's like to take a deep breath into your nose and it just clears everything out.
Dude, I think I might have discovered a new hangover hack this weekend. So drank a little bit on Saturday, enough to have a hangover on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Went out sledding with the kids in the super fucking cold because they were driving me nuts. They're just begging me to sled. So we went bundled up, went out there. I was completely fine after 30 minutes outside in the freezing cold.
You know what Tyler just discovered? Fresh air.
Yep.
I mean, I think it has something to do also with the nasal passage. Like you get stuffed up after you're hungover, not a lick of it the rest of the day.
And it's super dry out. I mean, that dew point's like 100 or like negative 22, I think.
Yeah. Some dude you said you were a patron commented about the dew point, said you were this fucking close to nailing it.
God.
Like you weren't wrong, you just were saying it wrong essentially.
Yeah.
And then he
You
explained
knew,
it.
you just didn't know how to.
I understand the gist,
Yes.
but not well enough to be able to explain it to a layman. Not like Tyler being able to explain the rules of any game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simply.
I think I might be a rule savant.
I think so.
Yep.
Just nothing lights a guy's face up like Tyler when he's got to read rules.
Because I mean, if you don't know the rules, how are you going to break them?
You're not a rule break guy, though.
Yeah, you don't-
you're
you don't
just
know that.
you're like just by the book.
Maybe.
By the rule book.
Yeah, you literally wrote the book, the rule book.
I could write a rule book.
But at the same time, you are a rule breaker. Got to start over. What about you, Jared? What do you like about the freezing cold?
Soup. You can eat soup this time of year.
Hell yeah.
Good soup.
Awesome soup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And made chili the other night.
Is it a soup or is
that
it
a
not?
soup?
Ah, fuck! I forgot. I don't want to
Yeah.
open up that can of chili.
Can of chili.
I
anymore.
think it's
Can of
more of a
beans.
chowder.
No, I don't think that's right either. But
Mhm.
We had this discussion at some point, right?
I don't remember.
Is it
then
a-
I
no, we
went-
did. We definitely did.
And then
Yeah.
we definitely did. And then I was like, "Oh fuck! You guys ever had chili and cinnamon rolls?" And then like one of you guys was like, "What the fuck? Who would
Yeah, that was
ever
probably
do
me.
that?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think it's like a Midwest school thing because we had them at school. So that's probably episode 112 of You Betcha Radio summed
Yeah.
up
Someone
there.
could pull
Mhm.
tape on it.
Then we can pull tape on that. Yeah. But every kind of soup is awesome.
Yeah.
You can't do it in the summer.
Even the shitty soups are better when it's freezing cold.
Exactly. Yep. All soup.
Yeah, I'm turning into a cup of soup guy.
At restaurants?
You transit. Were you a side salad guy?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Yeah, I just would never. My brain never even would think to get a cup of soup.
Dude.
Mine either.
Just not the way I was wired.
Yep.
And then I hit 30 years old, and all of a sudden I'm like, tell me the specials and what's your soup of the day. I don't know. I just flipped a switch.
I've always been the cup of soup guy, especially with like a sandwich at a restaurant. Cup of soup hits
Tyler.
different.
Always.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, be careful.
Yes.
Here we go.
Because what kid wants
I'm looking
swear
out
to
for you,
God,
Tyler.
If you eat
No.
a sandwich at a restaurant without soup, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
what?
I'm looking out for you.
No, what fucking kid wants a side salad? I was always getting soup. If I have the option to eat salad and a soup, I'm getting the soup.
As a kid, I never got the option for a side salad or a soup. I feel like you just got whatever the kids' meal was.
I was ordering sandwiches.
I just get fries.
you know?
I mean,
But if they were like, do you want a soup or salad with that? It was soup every time. I'm not a salad guy. You guys know this.
I didn't know that.
Now you know it.
Okay, so what I've learned from this conversation is one, you can't ever eat salad ever again.
I'll eat chicken
And
salad.
two, if I ever see you
lettuce.
eating a sandwich at a restaurant without soup, you're fired.
Okay.
That's what I got out of that.
they're just looking out for you.
You should take me to lunch a bunch of days to test the theory.
Yeah, you're buying.
Nice.
I'm going to just get the soup then.
Soup full of it.
My mother-in-law, she orders soup, and this is definitive. Every time we go out to eat, cup of soup.
What if you go somewhere that doesn't have soup?
Ryan, I'm like 2 years out from that.
No, I know you're.
I mean,
That's where you're trending right now.
yeah, I am.
Do you have any go-to soups, Myles, at restaurants?
Like a wild rice soup. Chicken tortilla is good.
Beer
Fire.
cheese, broccoli.
I used to like potato soup more, but I've kind of moved on from that.
Big miso guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bone broth.
Trying to think of what else.
Miso soup is literally the only time I'll ever consider eating tofu.
Yeah, same.
Ann's kind of turned me into a gnocchi guy.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like
Yeah.
big balls of dough.
Yeah.
You guys know that about
Fucking
me.
It gives me the BGs.
Dumplings.
I mean, it's
dude.
it's basically bread in soup form.
Yeah.
It's
I
salty
mean,
water.
Yeah,
This shit, it slaps.
very good.
Fucking Nefla.
Gives me the BGs.
That was good.
So it's all the cream.
Yeah, I just get fucking BGs bad.
You have one patron question, Jared, or no?
Yep, I
Or
do.
you didn't have any?
I have one.
So, guys, if you want to check it out, we actually have a very large announcement for our Patreon in how many weeks?
Couple weeks.
A
First week in
couple
February.
weeks. This is the announcement of the announcement in a couple weeks of something we will announce for Patreon.
Mhm.
So this is the pre-announcement.
We're like Dana White. We just announced.
Yeah.
We announced announcements.
Yeah.
I would like to announce that in 2 weeks I will have an announcement.
That's what he does.
I'm gonna have to subscribe now so I know what the announcement is. Flying blind right now.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you're heavily involved.
Yeah,
too,
don't
so.
find out. It'll be way more fun if you learn in real time.
Okay.
It will be.
But we also need you to prepare for it.
So, guys, if you
So-
want to check out Patreon, we got all sorts of content on there. Go to patreon.com.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
Condom?
Content.
We got all kinds of condoms on there.
content.
Let that one slide.
I know.
Freudian
I mean,
slip.
I laughed. I don't know, dude. I've been.
It's been so cold out.
It's like
The cold.
I
just-
can't feel my sinuses. It's so dry.
I
out
know
right
that
now.
fucking dew point.
The HVAC.
The dew point, the HVAC. It's real problematic for a guy like me this time of year. Just patreon.com/YouBetYourRadio. Just go check it out.
Jack Shotgun. So I was gifted a Yeti cooler. Is it acceptable to keep and use, or must I burn it at the stake?
Well, don't burn it.
Well,
Resell
no.
it. Sell it on
It's a
eBay.
gift.
If you got it as a gift, yes, you're gonna say the cliche, got it as a gift, but it's like, I think what he needs to do, because people are gonna be like, "Oh, Yeti, wow, that's a nice cooler." We need to start making stickers for Yetis that just say "I got it as a gift" right on the top, so
Yeah.
you don't even have to explain why you were the idiot that bought it, because you're like, "I got it as a gift."
Yep.
So I would just take some tape, put it on top, just says "I got it as a gift." Free to use it after that.
Yeah, because we disregard that it is a quality product.
Yeah, they do exactly as intended.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't need it to do all of the features that it says.
Mhm.
I don't need to protect my beer from a bear when I'm on a pontoon, you know?
Never know, though.
You gotta watch out for those lake bears.
You never know. So I think, definitely don't burn it. But you should you can keep it. Selling it's a great option. Get some hefty cash for that.
I don't think you can burn it. I think they're burn proof.
They might
partially
be.
what you pay for comes out of the fire.
I mean, and also too, like if you really don't want to be seen with it, you could give it as a gift again, re-gift it.
That's a good idea.
Or slap a Ubet sticker over it. We got any of those left on the site?
No, God, no.
Oh, fuck. We'll drum
For a
one
long
up.
time.
We should drum one up, send it to Jack Shotgun.
We might have a stack of them in the storage room.
Yeah, we might have. We'll have to crack open the Ubetcha archive.
If we don't, we'll just peel the one off Jake's laptop and send it to you.
We're literally getting old enough to where we kind of have a company archive of stuff that we've done in the past.
Yeah.
First step is archive. Next step is soup with every meal.
Next step's death.
Mm-hmm.
Next step is just soup for your meals because you can't have anything solid.
Or you share the soup. So like when you get older, you share food as a couple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Ann and I started splitting some stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
By choice.
It's not usually full meals, but it's like, you know, let's just get an appetizer or like, let's get the bowl of soup and we both can try it. You know, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dessert, same thing.
The other night we got ice cream. You know, we just got one. We shared it. It's kind of one of those deals.
Yeah, like Lady and the Tramp type deal.
Well, so if I get regular fries and Becca gets sweet potato fries, we'll split. I'll give her some of mine. I'll take some of her sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
With the soup?
No, if I have fries, no.
Okay, I got you.
Wait, are you eating a sandwich though?
Typically not.
Okay.
No.
What are you getting
The
fries?
The instance that I'm thinking of specifically, I was at a bar near my house and I got chicken drummies like a
Okay.
child.
Oh, those
Okay.
are so good.
those are-
I'm gonna be honest. It's getting exhausting trying to keep up with all the stuff I'm supposed to be calling Tyler out on. I mean,
What's
the
my
list is getting so long. Grilling, fucking Irish coffees, now a soup du jour. I mean, the list goes on and on.
I think that's the whole list.
I mean,
there's gotta be something.
yeah, it's something else I'm not even thinking of. That's how
Yeah.
the list is so
I
long.
know.
It's like,
So the things, mine just never die. You guys never let mine go. Like we're over Diet Coke already. We're on to 75 hard with Ryan. Ryan, you get like one big one at a time, and I get like a bunch of little ones all at once.
it's just some of the stuff that you declare, you know.
That's,
Yeah, I just don't speak definitively, so I
Well.
I have rebuttals to whatever people are saying. You know.
we did roll tape.
So, anyways, guys, is that it, Jared?
2 fun facts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about fun
These
facts.
better be
How can you
fucking
forget?
fun.
There are more fake plastic flamingos for sale than there are living flamingos on the planet. There are estimated 2.3 million living flamingos in the world, but over 50 million plastic flamingos have been produced.
Classic consumerism,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, killing all the flamingos and turning them into plastic.
Beer bongs.
Yeah,
Flabongos.
it's all the flabongos. I've never done a flamongo.
I haven't either.
Are they all that cracked up to be?
I don't know if I've watched Grandpa Dave do one in Myrtle Beach.
So Grandpa Dave's done one and I haven't.
Yeah, I have a
Jesus
video of
Christ.
it.
Yeah.
It is a fun fact.
Fucking crazy.
I mean, also flamingos, they have a tough climate that they need to live in, right? Like not tough, like it's got to be pretty
Specific.
nice.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
nice for
yeah.
them.
Yeah,
to
it is.
live,
That's
right?
the nice thing about plastic flamingos. They can survive pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. You're not gonna have a real flamingo flying into a set of decoys up here
Yeah.
in the north.
That'd be crazy.
Can you imagine
That would
going
be crazy.
flamingo hunting.
Yeah.
That would be kind of sweet.
Yeah. I mean, sandhill cranes, damn near the same
Yeah.
thing. They just don't lift the one leg up.
Do flamingos fly?
Mm-hmm.
I'd look that up.
They don't like to fly though, right?
I don't know. I know they do fly though.
The first McDonald's drive-thru was introduced in Sierra Vista, Arizona in 1975. Soldiers in uniform were not allowed to enter restaurants due to military protocol, so McDonald's came up with a solution. They cut a hole in the wall to serve the soldiers without them having to step inside.
What a strange protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that the protocol?
The military policy at the time restricted soldiers in uniform from entering certain establishments, restaurants, including restaurants, to maintain a professional appearance and avoid any situation that might compromise the dignity of the uniform.
So like, if afraid you're gonna spill queso right on your uniform or what?
So then
It's like trying to save money on dry cleaning back in the day.
so that instead of going into a restaurant to remain dignified, they went to the hole in the wall at the restaurant.
They literally did a food glory hole
Yeah.
with their military uniform on.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Yeah. Suppose if you don't like cause a scene, so it doesn't make, I don't know, in uniform.
Yeah, you know, I would not have guessed that's where the drive-through
Yeah.
came up.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun fact.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You should start keeping track of ones that I deem fun, and then we can have a best of facts episode.
And we'll have forgotten them all.
Well, no, you'll keep track.
No, like us. We'll be like hearing them for the first time again.
Yeah,
Or just recycle them every week. You'd be like, oh, that is a fun.
that is fun. Or see how much my mood changes week to week. One week I deem it fun, another week I wouldn't.
Jared can quite literally foresee all the questions because he's done it over and over and over.
Right, yeah.
You are really good at fun facts.
The best episode ever.
All right, is that it, boys?
That's it.
Think
Well,
so.
guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the You Betcha Radio podcast. May your flamingos fly and your McDonald's be handed to you through a glory hole in the side of the building. Cheers, Ryan.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Dave was out there taking car batteries. In the snow he'd move with ease. Tyler loved his soup with a sandwich delight. Roofing houses in the pale moonlight. Cold snap hit us like a thief in the night. Miles with his optimism burning bright. Flamingos in the garden, a gift from Ken. Thought a Yeti could keep the frost from creeping in. Concrete poured as the sun set low. Tyler loved the rules he'd always known. Shakes in the morning, bundled up tight, hoping for warmth, praying for light. Cold snap hit us like a thief in the night. Miles with his optimism burning bright. Flamingos in the garden, a gift from Ken. Thought a Yeti could keep the frost from creeping in. Dave's shoulders heavy, life's weight to bear. Tyler followed rules cause he always cared. Miles kept dreaming, never lost his spark, even on the nights when the world got dark. Oh. Reminiscing 90s tunes on the radio. Time keeps flying, but memories so. Yetis in the backyard, flamingos by their side. Give so warm through the colder tide. Oh, cold snap hit us like a thief in the night. Miles with his optimism burning bright. Hey, flamingos in the garden, a gift from Ken. Thought a Yeti could keep the frost from creeping in. Cold snap hit us like a thief in the night.
What's the best food and drink combo to combat a hangover?
I mean, you know me. Just give me the largest bag of McDonald's you got
Fuck yeah, dude.
and pair it with the largest strawberry shake you got. If I can do that, I'm back to 0.
100.
Well, no, because I was negative.
yeah.
Now I'm
Dew
just
point.
back
His
to
dew point
0.
was low as shit.
Yeah, it's like that first cup of
Yeah,
coffee in
when
the
I'm
morning.
negative 22 dew point, like it's going to be on Monday. Or like it is today, actually.
Yeah, fuck, it's dry out.
So
I'm a big this is going to be an odd one. I'm a huge leftover Chinese and a DC type of guy. After
In the
hangover.
morning?
No, I mean I'm not eating breakfast.
yeah, I mean,
after
I'm not.
hang-
If I'm really hungry, I'm not waking up till 11.
Yeah, I'm at least going to lay in bed until like an early lunch.
So what do you do if you've already had your DC for the quarter and you're hungover on a Tuesday for some reason?
Well, it's not a quarter by quarter basis; it's just a weekend by weekend basis.
But what if you're hungover in a midweek? What do you
That's a
do?
great question.
You're fucked.
Well, yeah, then I'm fucked. Then I'm just
Shit.
having leftover Chinese and a
Damn it.
fucking
Cup of
LaCroix
tea.
or a
I'm
cup
with
of coffee or
Pepsi.
something. Yeah.
I'm with you on the Chinese, leftover or not Chinese. I love Chinese.
See,
I think-
I would never wake up hungover and be like, "Guy, I want some Chinese."
The amount of times
Got to be
I-
left over though.
I disagree with that, but the amount of times I've DoorDashed Chinese hungover in college.
Must
is a
have been
lot.
nice having DoorDash when you were in college.
Yeah, we had to drive to the restaurant and
Yeah, we had to
get our food.
We had to call the
On horse and
restaurant and
buggy.
order delivery. It was
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
You guys didn't. You were like a year older than me.
I didn't have DoorDash in college.
Yeah, I
did
didn't
we?
either.
When did DoorDash get invented? We definitely didn't have it in Fargo.
I lived in Moorhead. I DoorDashed to my college house all the time.
You're at least 2 years younger than me, aren't you?
2 grades. Yeah, I think I'm a year and a half younger than you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up, you guys.
What?
What about you, Jared?
I like pho a lot when I'm hungover.
Interesting.
Pho?
hmm
Pho.
Huh.
What the fuck, dude?
That's it. Yeah. It seems like it'd be a little too much liquid.
But it's really salty too.
Good point.
And the
Electrolytes.
noodles. So it's kind of the cousin to the Chinese,
Good point.
sort of.
It's
Yeah.
Vietnamese, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, same blood, different family.
exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
You have a very sophisticated hungover
Yeah.
palate.
But that's like if my ultimate. If I had to choose, that's what I would choose.
Hmm.
Is pho.
See, because I'm trying to fill my stomach up with as much food possible. And I think about eating a soup and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really
So-
salty.
yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Might give it a try.
And then
Yeah, I
like
might get shit can on day 76 and then order some pho.
and then like
Yeah.
Say, what the pho, dude?
Oh, yeah.
I'll maybe have to try it out. That's good.
You motherfucker.
What the pho you guys serve here?
Hey, follow me up. Give me some of that.
Why can't they name it
That's a-
something different? You know, I'm just not calling it pho. Pho.
some people call it pho.
Yeah, I've heard it called pho.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
For
like
sure.
Well, you called it pho. You called it pho, and some people call it pho. So what is it?
Well, I don't know.
yeah. Well, I'll be getting that faux show.
Pho show.
For show.
Pho.
For show.
The Fairmont Puker asks, what are things that make you say, ah, fuck?
When I tell my wife I am leaving the office in a few minutes, and then I get distracted by something, and 30 minutes later she calls me.
Oh,
Fuck. I forgot I was supposed to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting that phone calls.
That's the worst. That happened to me last night. That's an fuck. Hitting a light pole in a parking lot.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
Yeah, that'll make you say, "Oh fuck," real quick.
Like just being just too far away to turn around and get something you forgot. Like, God, fuck.
Yeah, it's more of a
Mhm.
"gah fuck" instead of an "ah fuck."
Even if, like, you forget your toothbrush. I know you can just get one anywhere.
Yeah,
It is kind of a, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Or when you forget your chapstick and the dew point's really low, you're like, "Oh fuck."
100%.
But then your shit dries out.
Mhm.
For me, it's if my kid wakes up, like let's say 2 hours after going to sleep, if he wakes up and starts crying, I'm like, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Or for me is when they wake up at like 4:30 in the morning. It's like, fuck. Now we're all awake.
That hasn't happened to me yet.
God, that hasn't happened to me yet
Yeah,
either.
just wait.
Not in a big boy bed yet.
Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/You Betcha Radio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.